Hi
大家
everyone,
好，我
I'm
是苏
Aurora
苏姐
from
家的小
Susan's
雨。
family.
今天
Today
给大
I'll
家
bring
带
you
来
an
一款
Acorn
万物
strawberry
有灵系
cardigan,
列
the linen
橡果草
version.
莓开衫湿珠橡果款。
The
本教程
electronic
电子图解
tutorial
可
can
在
be
微信
found
小
by
程序
searching
搜索趣知社进入查看。
susodiy.com on the website.
衣
The
服有
cardigan
多个
comes
尺
in
码，
multiple
不同尺码
sizes.
的
The
钩法基
crochet
本相
method for
同，
each
只是
size
针
is
数、
almost
行数等
identical,
有些差
only the
别。
stitch count
衣服
and
包
row
含
count
主
vary
体、
slightly.
纹
The main
巾、
piece includes
袖
the
子、
body, front
扣子
band,
和装饰，
sleeves, buttons and decorations. The
其
main
中主
part is
体
made
有
up of
包
the
含
hem,
下摆、
right
前
and
片、
left front pieces, back
后
piece
片
and joining
和
parts.
拼接。
Let's
先
start
学
with
习下
learning the
摆的
hem
钩法。
crochet method. The
下
hem
摆采
begins
用
with
锁
a
针起
foundation
针，
chain
来回
and
往
is
返
worked
钩
back
织。
and forth in
下面
rows.
请看我演
Now,
示
let
具
me
体的钩织
demonstrate
方
the
法。
specific crochet technique.
先来
Start
锁
with a
针起针，
foundation chain.
右手拿
Wrap
起
the
线
yarn
头，
around your left
在左
pinky
手小拇
and
指
hold
上
the
绕
tail with
线，
your right hand.
将线
Thread the
从
yarn
食
through your
指和
index
中
and
指
middle
中
fingers.
穿过，
Pinch
拇
the
指和
yarn
中指
tail
捏住
between your
线
thumb
头，
and middle finger.
右
Pick
手
up the
以握
hook
笔的
like a
姿势
pencil
拿
with
起
your
钩
right
针，
hand. This
这个
is the
就是
basic
钩织的
posture
基
for
本姿势。
crocheting.
接着
Next,
钩
place
针
the hook
放
underneath
到
the
线的下
yarn.
方，逆时
Yarn
针
over
绕线，
counterclockwise.
捏住
Pinch the
线圈
crossing point of
交
the
叉的
loop.
位置，绕
Yarn
线
over and draw through the loop.
将线勾出，
Gently
稍微拉紧
tighten the
线
yarn
头。
tail.
完成
Begin
后，
chaining
开始
after
锁针起
completing the
针，
previous step.
绕
Yarn
线
over and draw
将
through the
线勾
loop.
出，一个锁
One
针就
chain
完
is
成了。
done.
继续
Continue
钩锁
crocheting
针，
chains.
绕
Yarn
线
over
将
and
线
draw
勾
through the
出，
loop. This
这
is the
是第二
second
个锁
chain.
针。
Take
看
a
一下，
look. The
锁
chain
针
has a
是这样
braid-like
辫子形
texture.
状的纹理，每一
Each
个辫
braid
子代表
represents
一
one
针。
stitch.
继
Continue
续往下
chaining
钩锁
downward.
针，因为
Since we
起
need
针
a
数较
large
多，
number of
我
starting
们先钩
chains,
50
we'll
针。
crochet 50 stitches first. After
钩好后，
completing,
在第
place a
50
marker
针
on the
上
50th
扣记号扣
stitch.
标记。这
We'll
样，
mark
每
every
50
50
针都
stitches
用
with
记
a
号扣
stitch
标记，
marker.
方
This
便我
makes
们数针
counting
数。
stitches more convenient.
继
Continue
续往
chaining
下，
until
钩完需
reaching
要
the
的针
required
数。
number of
不
stitches.
同的
The
尺码
number of
针数不
stitches
同，
varies for different
具体针
sizes.
数
Please
请参
refer to
考
the
对应图
corresponding
纸。
chart for exact stitch counts.
现
Now
在
we've
已经钩
completed
完
the
了需要
required
的针
number of
数，
stitches.
我们
Place
在
a
最后
marker
一
on
针
the
上
last stitch.
扣
This
一个
marks
记
the
号
end
扣
of the
标记，
foundation chain.
这
This
样起
completes the
针就完成
foundation
了。
chain.
下
Now
面
we'll
来钩第一
crochet the
行，
first row.
先钩
First,
3个锁
chain
针，
3 as the
作为
turning
长针
chain
的
for the
起立
double
针。
crochet. The
起立
turning
针代
chain
替一个
replaces
长针，
one double
对应下
crochet.
方记
Match
号
the
扣
position
标
with
记
the
的位
marker
置。
below.
我们
Insert the
在
hook
起立
into the
针
chain
上
position
方的
above the
锁针位
starting
置，
chain. Pick
挑
up
右
both
侧的两
threads on
根
the right
线，
side.
标记
Mark this
第一
as the
针。
first stitch. Next, pick
挑
up the
记号
chain to the
扣
left of the
左侧
marker
锁针辫子，
and
钩一个
work
长
one
针。
double crochet. The
长针的钩
technique
法
for
是
double
钩
crochet
针
is
逆
to
时针绕
yarn over
线，
counterclockwise.
挑
Then
起
pick
锁
up
针
both
的上
threads
方
from the
两根
top of the
线，
chain.
绕
Yarn
线
over
将
and
线
draw the
钩
yarn
出。
through.
现
Now
在
there
钩
are
针上
3
有
loops
3
on
个
the
线
hook.
圈，绕
Yarn
线
over and draw
穿
through the
过前
first
2
2
个线
loops.
圈，
2
还
loops
剩2个
remain
线
on the
圈，
hook.
再
Yarn
绕
over
线一次
again
穿过，
and draw through
一
once
个长
more.
针就
One
钩好
double
了。
crochet is
看一下
completed. Take a look
这一针
at the
上
top
方
of this stitch.
有一
There's
个
a
辫子形
braid-like
状的纹理，
texture.
这
These
2根
2
线
threads
就是
form the
长针的
stitch of
针
the
目。
double crochet. Work
再钩
another
一个
double
长针，
crochet.
钩针
Yarn
绕
over the
线，
hook.
挑
Pick up
起
both
锁针的
threads of the
2根线，
chain.
绕
Yarn
线
over and
钩
draw
出，
through.
再绕
Yarn
线
over again
穿过钩
and
针
draw
上
through
的
the
前
first
2
2
个线
loops on
圈，
the hook.
重复
Repeat
2次，
twice.
又一个
Another
长
double
针就钩
crochet
好
is
了。
completed.
接着
Continue with
钩
2
2个锁
chains.
针，这
These
2
2
针
stitches
对应下
correspond to
方
the
的
2
2个
chains
锁针，
underneath.
继
Continue
续
with
钩
1
一个
double
长针，
crochet.
跳
Skip
过
the
下
2
方对
corresponding
应的2
chains
个锁
underneath.
针，
Pick
挑
up the
下一
next
针
stitch
钩一
and
个
work
长针，
1 double crochet. Continue with 2
继续钩2
chains
个锁
and 1
针
double
和一个长
crochet.
针，
In
这
this
一行
row,
中
the
锁针
chains
都
all
是对
match the
应下
chains
方锁针
underneath.
辫子的，所
So
以
after
钩完
finishing,
后
skip
下
the
一针要
corresponding
跳过
chain for
对
the
应的
next
锁针，
stitch.
在
Work
下一
into
针
the
上
next
钩织，
stitch.
再钩
Then
2个
work
锁
2
针，
chains. Take
钩
a
完
look
后看
after
一下，
finishing.
已
We
经钩完
consider
的
the
11
11
针，我们
stitches
看
we've
作一组，
completed as one
这一
group.
行就
This
是
row
重复这样
follows
一
the
组的规
pattern
律，
of
重复进
repeating
行
this
钩织
group.
的。我再
Let
来
me
演示一
demonstrate
组，
another group.
先钩
First,
3个
work
长针
3
和
double
2个锁
crochets and
针，
2 chains. Then
再
work
钩一
1
个长
double
针，
crochet,
2
2
个锁针，
chains,
1
1
长
double
针，
crochet,
和
and
2
2
个锁针，
chains. This
这样
group is
又一
now
组就
completed.
钩好了。下面
Next,
按
follow
照
the
一组
pattern
的
of
规
one
律重
group.
复钩织，
Repeat the
一直
sequence.
将第一
Keep
行钩
working
完。
until the first row is finished. The last 3 stitches of the row are 3 double crochets. After finishing, let's check it. The texture of the first row we worked, that completes the first row. Move on to the second row. This row follows the same crochet pattern as the first row. Start with 3 chains as the turning chain for the double crochet. Place a marker on this stitch to mark it. Then turn the piece counterclockwise. Pick up the stitch of the double crochet below and work 2 double crochets.
也就是挑起这样辫子形状的2根线。
That means picking up the 2 strands forming the V-shaped loop. Continue crocheting according to the pattern. Here, the chain still corresponds to the chain below. When crocheting in practice, you can also directly follow the texture of the first row. That means chain into the position of the chain, and double crochet into the position of the double crochet. Work each stitch in sequence to complete this row. The last stitch is the turning chain. We pick up both strands of the chain at the top of the turning chain and make 1 double crochet. This completes the second row. The third row will be worked in the same way as the second row. Refer to the chart and complete the third row. I won't demonstrate it again. This is the sample after completing the third row. Now move on to the fourth row. This row is worked by making a double crochet into each stitch. First, make 3 double crochets. That means working 3 chains. And 2 double crochets. Then on the left side is a chain space. Pick up the entire chain space and make 2 double crochets. like this. You're
就在
working
两个
on
锁
two
针上
chains.
一一对
Make
应
two
钩
double
出了两
crochets
个长针。
correspondingly.
下面
Next,
就
work
在
double
长针上
crochets on the
钩
double
长针，
crochets. Pick
锁
up
针
the
上
entire
调
chain
整个
and
锁
make a
针
double
钩长针，
crochet. Keep
一一对
working
应
one by
一
one
直
until
钩
the
完这
end
一
of the
行。
row. Once it's done, the fourth row is completed. Turn the work over. Place a stitch marker on this side, marking it as the right side of the piece. The hem is worked in a sequence of every 4 rows.
为一个循环，
Repeating the same crochet method upwards. The technique has been demonstrated earlier. Keep following the chart until you complete all the rows needed for the hem. During the crocheting process, you'll also come across situations where you need to join new yarn. When you're almost done with one skein, work an unclosed double crochet. That means yarn over. Then pull the yarn through. Pull through the first 2 loops. The unclosed double crochet is done. Then take the new yarn. Leave a yarn tail, yarn over and pull through. In this way, 1 double crochet is completed. The remaining yarn tail should be placed on the wrong side of the piece. You can weave it away on top of the hook while crocheting. When weaving it in, the yarn tail should also be on the wrong side of the piece. If the joining position is not in a continuous double crochet section, you can also use the hook to weave the yarn tail along the texture on the wrong side of the piece. You can weave in a few more stitches. Then trim off the excess yarn tail. In this way, the yarn tail is secured. That's all for the hem. Next, let's learn the crocheting method for the right front piece. The right front piece is worked by continuing to crochet back and forth on the hem. Before crocheting, refer to the chart. Mark the corresponding position of the leftmost stitch on row 1 of the right front piece. The marked position here is not for reference. Please follow the corresponding chart. Now let's work on rows 1, 2 for the small size. Skip this section for the large size. First, follow the pattern of the hem, working into each stitch in sequence. Crochet until there are 4 stitches left before the marker. When you reach the corresponding position, start with 2 half double crochets. The technique for a half double crochet is to yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over and draw through. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all the loops at once. 1 half double crochet is completed. Let's work another stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over and draw through. Then yarn over again, and draw through all the loops on the hook. Another half double crochet is completed. Now work 1 single crochet. The technique for a single crochet is to insert the hook into the stitch and draw the yarn through. Yarn over and thread it through the 2 loops on the hook. 1 single crochet is completed. Now make a loose slip stitch. The left side is a chain, so pick up the chain, yarn over and draw through. 1 slip stitch is completed. This stitch doesn't need to be pulled tight. With that, row 1 is completed. Now we'll work on row 2. Before starting this row, we need to carry the yarn end over. First, stretch the loop. Thread it through the skein and gently tighten. Then, at the position needed for row 2. Here at the double crochet on the left side of the chain. Yarn over and draw the yarn through.
这样线段就过渡到了需要的位置。
This carries the yarn to the needed position. Don't pull the carried yarn tight. Just keep it level with the piece underneath. For any yarn carrying needed later on, just follow this demonstration. Now let's start working on row 2. First, work 3 chains to begin. Then work a DC3 tog. The way to make this stitch is, first, work 3 unclosed double crochets. Pick up each stitch and chain and draw the yarn through. 1 stitch. 2 stitches. 3 stitches. After completing these, there will be 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. The DC3 tog is completed. Continue working double crochets evenly into each stitch. Once completed, row 2 is finished. Next, let's learn rows 1, 2 for medium and large sizes. First, follow the pattern of the hem, evenly matched up. There are 5 stitches remaining before reaching the marked position. After reaching the corresponding position, first work 1/2 double crochet. Note that the insertion point is not for reference. Here only demonstrates the crochet method. The half double crochet technique starts with yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch. Yarn over and draw through. There are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. 1/2 double crochet is completed. Then work 2 chains. 1 single crochet. The single crochet technique is, insert into the stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. 1 single crochet is completed. Then work a loose slip stitch. Pick up the stitch, yarn over and draw through. 1 slip stitch is completed. This stitch doesn't need to be pulled tight. With that, row 1 is completed. Start working on row 2. Before working this row, carry the yarn across. First, stretch the loop. Gently tighten after passing through the skin. Then at the position needed for row 2. This is the second chain. Yarn over and draw through. This way the strand is carried to the desired position. Don't pull the carried yarn too tight. Just keep it level with the piece. For any future yarn carrying, follow this demonstration. Start working on row 2. First, make 1 chain. Then insert the hook into the left stitch and make 1 single crochet. The way to work the single crochet is, insert the hook, pick up the yarn and draw through, pass through both loops. 1 single crochet is done. Then make 1/2 double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over and draw through. Yarn over again, and pull through all loops on the hook. 1/2 double crochet is completed. Continue working each stitch accordingly. Once it's done, row 2 is completed. Now let's
下
take a
面
look
我
at
们
the
来看一
actual
下实物。
project. The
右前
right
片
front
是
piece
按
is
照下
continued
摆的规
following
律
the
继续
hem
编
pattern.
织，只
Just
是
when
钩织时
crocheting,
需
you
要
need
在
to
两
decrease
侧
on
进
both
行减针。
sides. Two
减针一
types of
共用
stitch
到2种
techniques are
针法，
used for
一个是
decreasing.
长针
One
3
is
针并针，
DC3
一个是
tog,
长
the
针
other
减
is
针。
DC2
我继续
tog.
演
I'll
示一
continue
下这两
demonstrating
种针
how
法
to
的钩
work
织。
these two
大家
stitches.
先学习
Everyone
针法，
first
之
learn the
后
stitch
再对照图
techniques,
解编
then
织。
follow the chart to crochet. The
长
way
针
to
3针
crochet
并针的钩
DC3
法是
tog is,
先钩
first
3个
make
长
3
针的未完
unclosed
成
double
针，
crochets. After completing them, there are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. This stitch is done. The way to crochet DC2 tog is, first make 2 unclosed double crochets. After completing them, there are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. The DC2 tog is done. When crocheting the third to last row, simply crochet a chain, then work the corresponding stitches at the required position. After that, continue crocheting downward. Once the second to last row is completed, you need to carry the yarn across. Stretch the loop and pass it through the skein. Then attach the yarn at the required position. Start crocheting the last row. Crochet a chain and continue working the corresponding stitches. After completing all the rows, crochet 1 chain to secure. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. That's the end of the right front piece. The left front piece is crocheted in a similar way. First, find the joining position on the right side of the first row. Then draw the yarn through. And follow the chart. When crocheting, you can place the yarn tail for joining together on top of the hook to weave it. That's the method for joining yarn. Continue crocheting the remaining part of the left front following the chart. For the back piece, first refer to the pattern. Crochet until there are 3 rows remaining. These 3 rows are divided into left and right shoulder sections. Crochet the left shoulder section directly following the chart, and don't fasten off after completing it. Simply carry the yarn across. This is the sample for the back piece. Position of the left shoulder on the back piece aligns with the left front piece with wrong sides facing each other. Mark this diagonal edge with a stitch marker, which is the position of the last 3 rows. Then start joining together. Insert the hook through the edges of the corresponding pieces. Draw through. Chain 1 to begin. Then continue inserting into the same position. Crochet 1 single crochet and 1 chain. Then skip a stitch distance. Continue crocheting 1 single crochet and 1 chain. Follow this method to join this diagonal edge. Pay attention when joining, not to pucker this diagonal edge. Meaning the spacing between the single crochet stitches shouldn't be too wide, just crochet evenly. The yarn tail can also be woven on top of the hook and finished together. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off after completing. Then take the yarn tail and weave it through the texture on the wrong side of the piece. Join the yarn at the required position on the right shoulder, then crochet following the chart, transition the yarn tail, and align it with the right front piece for joining. Refer to the previous demonstration for the joining method. I won't repeat the explanation here. That's all for the joining process. The explanation for the main part is now complete. Next, we'll learn how to crochet the front band. The front band is divided into two parts, the edging and the main front band. The edging is worked on the right and left front pieces, along the diagonal edge where the decreases begin, as well as around the neckline of the back piece. After completing the main piece, you'll crochet the main front band by working in rounds around it. Pay attention during the front band crocheting. You'll also need to carry an extra yarn strand together while crocheting. Now, let me demonstrate the specific crochet method. First, let's start with the edging part. With the right side of the piece facing you, locate the right side of the right front piece. Work the first decrease row. Join the yarn at the stitch position for this row. And chain 1 to begin. Continue working a single crochet in the same position. Then start picking up the side of each row along the right front piece. Work 2 single crochets. Work into each stitch in sequence to finish the side of the right front piece. Then move to the back piece section. Follow the insertion point shown on the chart to work single crochets. When you reach the stitch position of the fourth to last row on the back piece, a decrease is needed. Here, we'll first learn the decrease method for small and medium sizes. Skip this section if you're making the large size. First, work into each corresponding stitch position. Then, when you reach a chain position, work a single crochet normally. Skip the stitch positions that are marked to be left unworked. For the section with 3 consecutive double crochets, insert the hook into the space between the 2 double crochets. Work 2 single crochets in that space. Follow the chart and the stitch pattern described here. Finish working the back piece section. Next is the left front piece. Again, pick up 2 single crochets in each row along the side edge. On the last row, also work 1 single crochet in the insertion position. That's how you complete the edging. Now let's move on to the large size. Learn the decrease method for the fourth to last row. Since this is a sample, the texture will be different. We'll just focus on learning the crochet technique. The decrease method is a SC2 tog. First, work the required number of single crochets, then work 1 SC2 tog. The technique is to start with 2 unclosed single crochets. Insert and draw through. 1 unclosed single crochet is done. Then work another one. After finishing the second one, yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. The SC2 tog is completed. Then work 2 single crochets. Then work 1 SC2 tog. Start with 2 unclosed single crochets. Yarn over and draw through in once. The SC2 tog is completed. Then work 2 single crochets. The decrease pattern here is 1 SC 2 tog followed by 2 single crochets as a group. Repeat this pattern. Follow the chart and this pattern. Work the back piece section completely. For the left front piece afterwards, pick up stitches along the side edge as well. Work 2 single crochets in each row. On the last row, also work 1 single crochet at the insertion position. That concludes the edging tutorial. Next, we'll learn how to work the front band. The front band is worked back and forth in rounds. Before starting the front band, you need to handle the skein first. First, pull out about half of the yarn from the skein to use for crocheting and carrying the yarn at the same time. I've already prepared that here. Then start crocheting. Join the yarn near the hem on the wrong side. Find any 3 double crochets. Pick up the hook on the right side of 2 double crochets and join the yarn in the space between them. Chain 1 to begin. Then take out the yarn you want to carry. Place it over the hook and crochet it together with the piece below. Pick up the space between 2 double crochets and crochet 2 single crochets. In the left side chain space, crochet 2 single crochets. Skip the chain corresponding to 1 double crochet without crocheting. In the next chain, crochet 3 single crochets. Skip the chain corresponding to the double crochet without crocheting. In the next chain, crochet 2 single crochets. After completing this part, treat it as one group. Repeat the pattern of this group. Keep crocheting until the foundation chain is completely done. After finishing each section, smooth out the piece. Don't pull the thread too tight. This prevents the piece from shrinking. Once completed, you'll reach the last stitch of the foundation chain at the hem. Make a single crochet in this stitch. And place a marker to mark it. Then pick up along the side of each row, crocheting 2 single crochets. Keep crocheting until reaching the edging on the left side. Once completed, make a SC2 in 1 in the first stitch, which means making 2 single crochets in the same stitch. This way, 1 SC2 in 1 is finished. Use a marker to mark the stitch on the right side of the increase. 1 stitch to 1 stitch. Crochet all the stitches of the edging part. Make a SC2 in 1 in the last stitch. Use a marker to mark the stitch on the right side of this increase. Continue picking up along the left side. Crochet 2 single crochets in each row. When reaching the position of the foundation chain at the hem, make a single crochet in the first chain of the foundation chain. And mark it with a stitch marker. The starting position follows the pattern demonstrated earlier. Refer to the chart and finish crocheting. When done, you can check if any of the previous yarns are not lying flat. If so, continue smoothing them out. After checking, crochet 1 slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. This completes round 1. Now crochet round 2. Work 1 chain and then turn the piece over. Begin working single crochets into each stitch evenly. Tidy up the yarn tail positions. Pay attention to the yarn tension. You still need to carry the yarn as you crochet. Since we've turned to the wrong side of the piece, when we carry the yarn should be carried between the stitch and the loop. Continue working single crochets evenly downward. When you reach the stitch marked with a stitch marker from the previous round, work a SC2 in 1 into that stitch. And mark the next stitch to the right of the increase. For all the marked stitch positions in this round, work a SC2 in 1 in the same way. And mark the next stitch to the right of each increase. Continue crocheting downward. After finishing, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Tighten. All slip stitches from now on should be pulled tight. The second round is complete. Continue to crochet the third round. This round requires leaving buttonholes. Work 1 chain, then turn the piece over. Work single crochets evenly to finish the hem, the stitch marker position at the corner, which is the increase point here. After completing, crochet 3 single crochets. Next, leave a buttonhole. Crochet 2 chains. These 2 stitches correspond to the 2 stitches underneath. Continue crocheting single crochets. This creates 1 buttonhole. Continue crocheting single crochets. For different sizes, the number of single crochets between buttonholes varies. Please refer to the chart for exact stitch counts. The position of the 2 chains is the created buttonhole. The buttonholes are only made on the right side of the cardigan. Let's refer to the chart. We'll make a total of 5 buttonholes. Just follow the chart and pattern to finish. Now I'll explain the remaining front band crocheting method. Except for making SC2 and 1 at the marker positions, all other stitches are worked as corresponding single crochets. Remember to mark the right side stitch after making SC2 and 1 when you reach the chains for the buttonhole. Remember to work the yarn together with the chains, and every round is worked back and forth. Now follow the pattern and refer to the chart to finish the remaining front band. That's all for explaining the front band. Next we'll learn how to crochet the sleeves. There are 2 sleeves in total. Each sleeve is divided into the sleeve part and the cuff. The sleeve part is worked back and forth. The cuff is worked in rounds back and forth. The way to crochet the sleeve is almost the same as the main body. Pay attention to work the cuff with the yarn. Refer to the chart and finish the sleeves. I will not repeat the demonstration. This is a completed sleeve sample. Next we'll attach the sleeves to the main body. First align the center part of the sleeve with the center point under the arm of the main piece. With their wrong sides facing each other. Place a stitch marker to mark. The last row of the sleeve, align both ends with the shoulder line. Place a stitch marker to mark. Between these 2 points, continue placing stitch markers to roughly secure the piece. After completing, use a method of alternating single crochet and chains to join the marked sections together. The specific joining method was explained during the joining of the front and back pieces of the main body. I will not repeat the demonstration. Next, we will attach the buttons. First, align both front bands facing each other at the position corresponding to the buttonhole. Place a stitch marker on the other front band to mark. Then, near the marked position, take the yarn from the front band and thread it through a sewing needle. Weave in the yarn tail on the wrong side. Then, sew the button onto the position of the third round. This is a sample for demonstration. The exit position is not for reference. Then secure the button. You can secure it a few times. Once the button is securely fixed, continue weaving in the ends. This way, the button is firmly attached. The remaining yarn tails can be woven in directly on the wrong side. Transition to the next buttonhole position. Continue sewing on the button to secure it, or you can fasten off and join a new yarn to sew on the button again. That's all for attaching the buttons. Now let's learn how to make the decorations. The decorations include acorns, acorn leaves, small flowers and flower centers. The acorn consists of the main part, the acorn cap and the acorn stem. The acorn is worked following a chart. Let's take a look at the chart. In the chart, our ND plus number indicates the round number. The stitch instructions column describes the stitches and increases or decreases when working the current round. The total stitches column shows the total number of stitches. After completing that round, the stitches used include single crochet, SC2 in 1, SC2 tog, chain and slip stitch. Please watch my demonstration of the specific crochet method. The chart starts with a magic ring, which means the starting method is a magic ring. First, make an adjustable magic ring. Wrap the yarn around your index finger once. Insert into the loop. Yarn over and draw through. Work one chain to secure. The magic ring is now complete. Next, crochet the first round. R1 is 4 single crochets. The number before X indicates how many single crochets to work. This means into the magic ring, crochet 4 single crochets. First, work one chain. This beginning chain is not marked in the chart. In reality, when crocheting in rounds, you need to work a beginning chain at the beginning of each round. The beginning chain for single crochet does not count as a stitch. Gently tighten. Crochet 4 single crochets into the magic ring. After that, close the magic ring. Pull tight directly. Tighten the center of the piece. The loops are now closed. Next, work one slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch of this round. Make a slip stitch. If you do not know where the very first stitch is, you can also count the stitches from back to front. The joining slip stitch does not count as a stitch. Need to pull tight. The slip stitch is not indicated in the chart. When crocheting in rounds, always finish by joining with a slip stitch and pull tight. This completes the first round. We will consider this side as the right side. Now move on to crochet the second round. R2 is XV. Times 2. The parentheses here indicate a group. Times number indicates how many times to repeat the pattern. Start with one beginning chain. Let me emphasize again, when crocheting in rounds, you always begin with a beginning chain. I won't repeat this explanation later. First, work one single crochet. Then work one SC2 in 1. XV is now complete. Let me demonstrate again. First, work one single crochet. Then work one SC2 in 1. This is the second time. After completing, check the stitch count. The total number of stitches for each round is clearly marked in the corresponding chart. I won't mention this again moving forward. Next, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Pay attention carefully. After finishing each round, always join with the first stitch using a slip stitch and pull tight. The extra yarn tail from the starting chain can be cut off. The second round is now completed. Next, we'll work on the third round. R3 is BLO 6V. BLO means to crochet in the back loop of each stitch. The
因为前
number
面的
before
数
the
字是
V
几，就连续
indicates how
勾
many
几个短针
SC2
加
in
针，
1 to work
这里表示
consecutively.
勾
This
6
means
个
we'll
短针加
make
针。
6 SC2 in 1.
下
Now,
面
pick up
挑
the
针
back
目
loop of the stitch.
后方的一根线，勾一
Work
个短
1
针加针，
SC2 in 1.
勾
After
完后
completing it,
继续挑
continue picking up the
针目
back
的
loop
后
of
半
each
针，
stitch.
一一对应
Correspondingly
勾
make
短针加针。
SC2 in 1 one by one. Finally, join with a slip stitch to finish. The third round is now completed. Let's take a look. Since this round was worked in the back loops, there's a strand left in front like
剩下了
this.
这样的一根线，
Rounds
之后
4 to
的
8 that
第4到
follow.
8圈
The
用到
stitch
的针法
techniques
在前
used have
面
been
都详细演
demonstrated
示
in
过。
detail
在减
earlier.
针
The
情况
meaning of
说
the
明所表
increases
示
and
的意思
decreases
与之
explanation
前
is
类
similar
似，
to
其
before.
中不加
Working
不减
even
钩
means
织
crocheting
表
without
示一针
increases
对
or
应一针钩织，
decreases, which
大
is
家
simply
只要对照
working
表格的
one
针法
stitch
顺
into
序
one
对应钩
stitch.
织即可。
Everyone just needs to crochet
看一下
accordingly following the
织物
stitch
表
pattern
内
in the
形成这
chart.
样一
Let's
圈
take
一
a
圈
look.
凸
The
起的纹
piece
理，
forms
按
raised
照纹理数
textures
天数
round
即
by
可。
round on the
钩织时
surface.
不
You
要
can
忘记
count the
起立针
rounds by
和引拔
following
针。
these raised
往下
textures.
根据
Don't
前
forget
面
the
学习的
beginning
方法，
chain and
一直
slip
钩完
stitch
第
when
8圈。
crocheting. Continue downward
下面
using the
我们
method
钩第
learned
9圈，
earlier, all the
这一
way to
圈
the
开
end
始
of
前
round
先
8.
断线，
Now let's
然
crochet
后
round
拿出
9.
需要的
Before
线，
starting this round, first cut the yarn, then take out the yarn
在
needed.
后半
Join
针
the
上
yarn in the
接
back
线，
loop only of that stitch.
接
Then
着开
begin
始钩这一
crocheting
圈，
this round.
对
Follow
照
the
表
chart
格
to
钩织即
crochet.
可。
After
第9圈
finishing
钩完
round
后，
9,
第10圈
continue
继续对
following
照
the
表格
chart
钩
for
完，
round 10.
仍然
Remember
记
to
得挑后
crochet in
半
the
针钩
back loop
织，
only. After
完成后
completing,
塞入填
stuff
充
with
棉。
fiber fill. Then
之后再
crochet
钩第
round
11
11,
圈，也
which
就
is
是
6
挑后
SC2
半
tog
针
in the back loops.
钩6个短针减针。
After
钩完后，
finishing,
在第一针
slip
上引
stitch
拔，
into the first stitch. Leave a
留线
yarn
头断
tail and
线，
fasten off. Thread the
将线头
yarn
穿上
tail
缝
onto
针。
a darning needle.
第
Pick the
4
back
条
loops of
最
the
后一
last
圈
round in
针目
order.
的后半针。
Then
之
pull
后
the
拉
tail
紧线
tight.
头，
Weave in
在
the
图
yarn
屏幕
tail
部
inside the main
调
piece.
线头，
cut the yarn. This completes the main part of the acorn. Next, crochet the acorn cap. The acorn cap is crocheted by joining yarn to the completed main part. First, crochet round 1. Locate the 8th round of the main part. Remaining front loops. Join yarn to any front loop. Make 1 beginning chain. Then pick up the front loop. Work 1 single crochet and 3 chains. This completes one group. Continue working into each front loop. Crochet into each front loop. Keep crocheting all the way around. After completing, slip stitch into the first stitch. Round 1 is complete. Now continue to crochet round 2. First, carry the yarn across. Enlarge the loop. Through the skein. Then join the yarn on round 9. After that, crochet in the same way as round 1. Follow the pattern of one group. Work into each stitch. Once completed, slip stitch into the first stitch. Round 2 is complete. The crochet method for round 3 is the same as round 2. Round 4 is also the same as round 2. Just one group requires 1 single crochet and 4 chains. Please refer to the chart for details. Do not fasten off the yarn after completing. The acorn cap is now completed. Continue to crochet the acorn stem. First, chain 5. Dow 2 means to start crocheting from the second to last stitch. Pick up the chain. Work 4 slip stitches without tightening. Then slip stitch onto the last round of the acorn cap. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. The acorn stem is now completed. Next, let's crochet the acorn leaf. First, chain 12. Then, on the third to last stitch, pick up 2 strands and work 1 slip stitch without tightening. The slip stitches on the acorn leaf are all not tightened. Continue by crocheting 2 more stitches. Then work 1 single crochet. In the next stitch, pull through 1 half double crochet, 2 chains and 1 slip stitch. The slip stitch goes into the insertion point of the half double crochet. Continue with 1 single crochet. One half double crochet.
一个长针
1 double crochet, 1 treble crochet. The technique for the treble crochet is yarn over the hook twice, yarn over and pull through.
再绕线 穿过钩针上的前2个线圈。
Then yarn over again, and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat 3 times. 1 treble crochet is completed. Then work 3 chains and 1 slip stitch. The slip stitch goes into the insertion point of the treble crochet. Then work 3 chains. There's 1 chain left for starting on the left side. Work 4 double crochets into this chain. Three chains. At the insertion point of the double crochet, make 1 slip stitch. Continue with 3 chains. After rotating the piece, work 1 treble crochet into the remaining yarn of the chain. The treble crochet goes into the position opposite the starting point. Yarn over the hook twice. Wrap the yarn and draw through. Pass through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat 3 times. The treble crochet is completed. Continue with 1 double crochet. One half double crochet. 1 single crochet. Work 1 slip stitch into the insertion position of the single crochet. Then work 2 chains. Continue with 1 half double crochet. 1 single crochet. Four slip stitches. Cut the yarn after completing. The acorn leaf is finished. Now let's crochet the small flower. The first round of the small flower is the same as the first round of the strawberry leaf. I've already crocheted this part in advance. Please refer to the chart for crocheting. After finishing, crochet the second round. First work 3 chains, then on the left stitch, crochet a DC5 bobble. First work 5 unclosed double crochets in the same stitch. Then yarn over and draw through all the loops at once. 1 bobble stitch is finished. Continue by working 3 chains. Work a loose slip stitch in the next stitch. Treat the completed section as one group. Repeat the crocheting. Let me demonstrate again. First work 3 chains. Next stitch position, crochet a DC5 bobble, which means in the same stitch, work 5 unclosed double crochets. Then yarn over and draw through once. The bobble stitch is done. Work 3 chains again. Work a loose slip stitch in the next stitch. This completes another group. Continue crocheting according to the chart for this round. The final slip stitch is worked in the first stitch of the previous round. Break the yarn after completing. Weave in the ends on the wrong side. The small flower is done. The flower center is started with a chain. Then work a DC5 popcorn. Make 3 chains as the turning chains for the double crochet, then work 4 double crochets in the first chain. Stretch the loop. Insert the hook into the top chain of the turning chains. Draw the loop through. Work 1 chain to secure. This completes 1 popcorn stitch. Break the yarn, leaving a long tail. The flower center is done. Next, assemble the decorative parts. Take the flower center, place it in the center of the small flower and secure around the edges. Bring the starting yarn tail to the back side. Tie the 2 yarn tails together to secure. Trim the excess yarn tails short. Then take the acorn and the acorn leaf. Continue sewing and securing them for later use. The yarn tails of the acorn and the acorn leaf can be woven along the piece texture into the acorn. Then take a look at the actual project. The decoration is placed on the sleeve opening section. Evenly attach 4 on one side. You can first use a stitch marker to mark the securing spot, then sew them on afterward. We'll directly use the remaining yarn from the flower center to sew. At the desired position, pick up 2 layers of piece and secure firmly. There will also be earrings. For the earrings, take 2 small flowers with attached flower centers. Sew them together with their wrong sides facing each other. Still sew around the edges of the flower centers. After sewing, weave in the yarn tail inside. Take another piece of yarn. Here we use the yarn from the small flower. Pull out 1 strand. Thread it through a thin needle for sewing. Once threaded, tie a knot at the end. Then take an earring hook or clip. Attach it right above 1 petal of the small flower. Sew it a few times to secure it firmly. Then weave in the yarn tail. This completes the assembly of the earring. Up to this point, this cardigan has been fully explained. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website, Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.